Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. Now, it's been a while since I've done a video, but what I noticed is I'm getting a lot of questions about my mini split, my air conditioner system, which is one of the last videos I did maybe 8-9 months ago. So it just seems appropriate to jump right back over there into that and talk about it. I wanted to do sort of a complete recap, just go over everything that I might have missed, answer all the questions and things like that, but unfortunately I may have to break this up over several videos. So the first one though, this one, I wanted to talk about a question that I got. Someone asked about how do I hook my generator up to run my air conditioner system. So the short answer to that really is technically the generator's not running the air conditioner. The generator is just recharging the batteries, but it's recharging them at a rate that allows me to run the air conditioner. The air conditioner along with the lights and anything else that I wanted to run. So with that in mind, let me go ahead and do sort of a walkthrough of me hooking up my generator and explaining how it all kind of comes together so that overnight, when I have no solar coming in, I can actually run my air conditioner. All right, so part of what we need to make our air conditioner run off of our generator, we have our generator right here. This is just a 2200 watt pure sine wave generator. I've had it for a few years. It works pretty good, not too loud. What attracted me to this generator in particular is it runs off of propane as well as gasoline. Although I've never used the gasoline to power it. I've only used propane. Okay, so in this next clip, I'm simply plugging in an extension cord, one end into the generator and the other end into a shore power plug that looks very similar to this. So on the side of my rig, I have this plug mounted inside the wheel well, so it's hidden from view. And because of that, it's going to be a little tricky to see. So I thought, let me bring in a similar plug and I can demonstrate it where it's very clear to you what I'm doing. So there's a little rubber door similar to this, and it exposes the male connector hidden behind it. So with that exposed, I'm taking my extension cord and just simply plugging it in. Wheel well. On the driver's side, I added this. It's a shore power plug, basically. Alright, so we've got our inlet. Then we have our extension cord, the female side. If I'm not mistaken, I think it gets orientated about like that. Right down here is our propane inlet. We'll connect the hose to that. And then of course, we'll plug our low pressure regulator. To the propane tank. Make sure that's nice and tight. That one's nice and tight. And from what I'm to understand about your regulators, they're directional, so this is pointing up the way it should be, as opposed to being sideways or upside down or something like that. You want it up. And I'm going to turn the generator back forward. This is the power button. We'll turn that on. Economy turn that off, and then once I open the propane tank, it usually takes about 4 pulls to get it started initially. Now admittedly, this generator's been in storage, and normally I'd like to check the oil or change the oil, but I'll do that in a few days when I get a little time. Well, it probably took about 10 pulls to get it to fire up. I even had to check the propane tank because I thought maybe I grabbed an empty one. But after a few more pulls, it fired up. Okay, so now that we're on the inside of the rig, this is what the extension cord is effectively running to. So this is my IntelliPeak Power, I think, or IntelliPower Charge Wizard. Basically, instead of an inverter, it's a converter. Okay, forgive me folks for jumping in with the voiceover, but I got a little tongue-tied while I was recording the video. So while I'm showing you the converter, what I wanted to explain, and this is the most important part, that the air conditioner is running, whether the converter is on or not, whether the generator is on or not. And that's because it's a 12-volt mini split. Had I bought a traditional mini split that runs off of household current, I could have plugged it directly into the generator to accomplish the same goal. But because I wanted a 12-volt unit that would allow me to run the air conditioner even while I'm driving, whether or not I have a generator, as long as I have enough solar coming in, I can run my air conditioner. But because at night or in foul weather, I need the generator, I have to run it through a converter to change it from household current back to 12-volt DC, charging the batteries while the air conditioner is on. Otherwise, within a matter of hours, the air conditioner would discharge my battery below safety levels. And as long as we're on the topic, while I'm driving, my DC to DC charger, which pulls voltage from the alternator to charge my house batteries, will maintain my batteries with the air conditioner on while I'm driving. So even in overcast days or days when I'm just not getting enough sun through the solar panels, I can still maintain my battery levels when the engine's running. One of the things that I overlooked in the original installation video of the air conditioner unit was the fuse that I used when I ran the heavy gauge wire from the front of my living space to the rear of the living space so that I could meet the wires coming off the compressor and make the connections to the batteries. So the instructions were saying they didn't want you to lengthen those wires, and if I had to guess, I think they were about 6 gauge wire, something like that, and they had a little fuse on the end of it. You could catch a glimpse of that if you know what to look for, but I'll show it to you in this video. But that fuse wouldn't do me much good if something happens between that fuse and the batteries that are at the front of the rig, and that's a long distance to travel. So I got called out in the comments, rightfully so, because I failed to show it in the video that I actually had a fuse in the system. So I want to show you that fuse now and remind you that fuses are designed to basically protect the wires. And so if you have a battery here, let's say, this corner of the screen, and you have a device here at this corner of the screen, your fuse needs to be here. Because if there's a problem anywhere in that wire along the way, that fuse will blow, limiting how much power can travel between the battery and the fuse. The power will stay right there. If, on the other hand, you put the fuse way down here and something happens, all that wire stays live. It still has electrical current in it all the way to the battery. So in my case, I have the batteries, a fuse, and then the fuse that came with the unit is down here closer to the unit. I should have had props to demonstrate this. So hopefully that was helpful, and with that in mind, we'll see you in the next video.